Hi, everybody. It's June 28th, 2025. And a concept that I've had to deal with when planning or living through my life is the finite nature of logic progression. So, a lot of us know that we keep on getting shafted every time we try to accomplish something or get out of something or just survive. We get hit with a sidewinder, or we get hindered, or we get winged, and we start to notice that we have to be ahead of the progression or ahead of placement of events in our life. We got to get ahead of them. So some of us get really good at planning to be two steps ahead of the occurrences that are going to either help us or hurt us or slow us down or speed us up. And so we might get good at that, and maybe we won't win 90% of the time, but the percentage of success or alleviation from stress, it increases if we try to look ahead and plan for any contingencies or variables that may affect you know the shape of our lives. But some of us have higher ambitions or do not want to deal with too much of uh, too much of the pain or too much of the stress or too much of the randomness of life. So we try to use our highest mental station to see maybe 10 steps ahead or years into the future. And then we start to realize that no matter how well we have attuned our wisdom in our brain and our mind power, we cannot plan for something that far ahead in a effective way above maybe 20% of the actuality of those events unfolding the way that you see them. So that's the finite uh, nature of logic progression. It's not to say that we aren't incredibly wise and capable beings. It's just that the nature of time and the nature of our lives here on earth, there is so much that changes within moments, and there's so much that we can't see, that we don't even know that we can't see, that stops us from staging our movement and staging our steps in accordance with making it out at a higher end of pleasure or peace years ahead or even a year ahead. And so this is when we get to know the nature of the Father and the nature of His love for us, because He gave us the freedom to make decisions at any point of our lives. He gave us the freedom to make mistakes and to be greedy sometimes, and to be giving sometimes, and to be grateful sometimes, and to be selfish sometimes. He gave us that freedom to vary our behavior. And so this tells you that moment by moment, the Father is working with you, working for you on your life. And He's not limiting your wisdom or perception into the future because He is punishing you, or because He doesn't trust you, or because He wants to teach you something. He's limiting your planning and your sight and your logical abilities, because things change momentarily sometimes. You change momentarily sometimes. You may not be the same person that was planning years ahead just 5 minutes ago. You may be different enough to where that doesn't apply to where the Father wants you to go, and where the Father wants you to experience peace, and the way He wants you to experience peace. So just because your logic doesn't reach years and years ahead doesn't mean that you necessarily can't see that far ahead or can't understand the flow of your life. It's just that the changes and the moments the days, the weeks, the months, they all have an effect on the outcome of a storyline or of your goal or of your relationships. So I wouldn't worry too much about the state of your wisdom or the state of your intelligence. I would focus on purifying my spirit and just trusting and just spreading goodwill across the way, so that you cover yourself and teach yourself how to give yourself goodwill and how to give yourself patience. So I hope this helps. Thanks.